outline the case for the overs there as well. So we'll move on to the second Super Sunday game, and it's probably the standout fixture of the weekend. It's Chelsea versus Liverpool. Let's take a look at the betting that we currently have on matchbook.com. You can back Chelsea 3.0, Liverpool 2.5. The draw is available at 3.7. Both teams to score yes is available at 1.62. No is 2.42. The Asian handicap line currently has Chelsea with a plus quarter of a goal head start at 1.83. The goal line is 2.5. So, Adrian, we'll go back to you on this one. I mean, like, set up this game for us. This is just an interesting tie in many ways at the best of times, but obviously with both these teams in somewhat of transition for different reasons. It's going to be pretty fascinating to see what happens.
It will be. Let's hope it's better than the most recent meetings. 4 in a row have finished goalless between Chelsea and Liverpool, which is just a crazy stat. No competitive fixture in English football history has ever finished goalless 5 times in a row. So a little bit of history could be made if it's 0-0. I can't see it. I can't see that this time around. Again, I haven't seen too much of Liverpool, but I have seen Chelsea in pre-season, and it's a new team. It's a very new look Chelsea. Nicholas Jackson up front has been excellent. Real pace. He will look to run off the shoulder of the last man. So if Liverpool leave that high line when they go and press, Jackson has potential to go and run in behind. But I do think this news that Nkunku is out injured for 4 months, I think that is a real hammer blow to them ahead of the new campaign. Nkunku and Jackson, I think, have potential as a front two to cause some damage, but we're not going to see that for a long, long time. You look at the rest of the side at Chelsea, and they are light on bodies, believe it or not. I mean, they had so many players before, but they've got rid of so many now that you look at it and you think, well, they're not going to have that many options from the bench. The midfield has been emptied practically. Probably be Enzo Fernandez and Conor Gallagher, but there's not a lot else around. So, yeah, it's hard to back Chelsea against Liverpool here, I think, because of Liverpool's momentum that they had at the back end of last season. Obviously, they're unbeaten in their last 11. And I think they've been scoring plenty of goals in pre-season. I know Diogo Jota has been on fire, but a number of their strikers have been in the goals, conceding a few, but also scoring plenty. And I just feel that Liverpool, on the back of what was a poor season up until the end bit, will be very, very determined this time around to make sure they get off to a flyer. And there's big incentive to beat one of their rivals, Chelsea, on their own patch. Chelsea have been pretty terrible at Stamford Bridge for a long, long time now. And although they'll be lifted by Pochettino being there and it's the start of a new era, I don't think you can just shake off that feeling of edginess at home just like that. It's going to take a while. So, yeah, when all things considered, I fancy Liverpool here. And you can beef up the old price with Liverpool and over 1.5 to almost 3, 2.94. I think that is a very attractive price. Now, the history of this fixture says it will be 0-0. So to go over 1.5 might seem odd, but these things don't last forever. Liverpool remain a very, very attack-minded side. I think they'll control the game. And it'll be down to Chelsea to sort of try and pick them off on the counter with Jackson, the obvious outlet. So, yes, it's going to be fascinating. But I would say that in the here and now, Liverpool have a team that's quite established. A little bit of freshening up in central midfield, which I think they needed anyway, against a very new team, that might take a little while to get going. I don't think this is the kind of fixture Pochettino would have necessarily chosen ahead of the new season, not with so many new players to blood in, So, Liverpool and over 1.5.
Okay, Liverpool over 1.5, currently 2.94. And Mark, you are also coming at this from a pro-Liverpool angle.
Yeah, very much in agreement with almost everything Adrian said there for all the very same reasons. So I won't sort of labour those points really. I think the midfields of both teams are very interesting because neither team are where you'd expect them to be come, let's say, Christmas time in terms of their development or the availability of certain players either. So, as Adrian said, the Chelsea midfield looks very, very light. But even Liverpool, I know they've signed McAllister and Szoboszlai, but they've let Henderson and Fabinho go, amongst others. They haven't replaced those two in terms of fielding a defensive midfielder or a number 6, really. So you're looking at potentially Curtis Jones starting there this weekend. And It looks a very, very gung-ho kind of Liverpool team, particularly if you look at their pre-season friendlies and the sides that they've been choosing and selecting, and they have been hemorrhaging goals as well. They're scoring plenty, but they're giving away plenty of goals too, quite a few to German second-tier teams as well. So that's my concern with Liverpool really coming into this match, is for all the firepower they have going forward, can they find the right balance? Because Chelsea will have individuals there to hurt Liverpool. As Adrian says, Jackson is more than good enough, but you've also got a collection of other players who can make an impact here too. So over 2.5 goals would have been one of my sort of key angles here. It's a bit short, 172 right now. So I've kind of left that, gone elsewhere. Liverpool draw no bet, just because I'm a little bit concerned about their midfield. The away form last season wasn't fantastic, just 4 wins away against teams outside the bottom 4, just 4 clean sheets on their travels all season. They were incredibly erratic as well away from Anfield. But I just think going forward with Darwin and with Gakpo having had time to sort of bed in, Jota, Diaz being available as well, Liverpool should be scoring a couple of goals in this fixture, considering where Chelsea are at. But equally, Chelsea, if James and Chilwell are available, I think they'll fancy their chances too. So this has the potential to be a real humdinger, actually, in terms of a goals-based angle. But I think Liverpool +0 is pretty solid there at 1.78. I couldn't put anyone off what Adrian selected there either at a really nice price. But if you did want something a bit bigger, and you were sharing the same kind of concerns about Liverpool's midfield and their potential to kind of keep Chelsea out here, there is 4.4 around for Liverpool to win and both teams to score, which I thought was a really big price for what I'm expecting to be quite an entertaining match.
Okay, yeah. So pro Liverpool shouts and goals angles as well. Let's lock in Liverpool and over 1.5 goals. The choice of Adrian Clarke here. First one of the season, Adrian at 2.94. And we will go to Monday Night Football, which is the final game here. Mark's game of choice.